My name's Mardi. I work at Cordial Health Ideal Protein Office. Today we're going to talk about stress. Now, I know all of you can relate because I don't think any of us live a stress-free life anymore, unfortunately. But one thing that I want to talk about is how we get stress relief. So I personally have never really been someone who established a healthy stress relief. I'm working on it, but I'm human, so it takes a while, right? So for me, food has always been my comfort. It is the quickest way for my body to get relief. Sugar is definitely a drug, and having access to food it's everywhere. So it's the quickest way for me to get relief. So replacing that has been a challenge. But for most of us, what we say is, I'm a stress eater. For one thing, what that does for your brain is, going through my process, what I tell all my clients is that you're retraining your brain, okay? So when I say things like, I'm a bad driver, or I can't sleep, you're actively telling your brain what you will and won't be doing, like it's a fact. So unlabeling ourselves is a really big part of this process. So saying I'm a stress eater is something that makes it really hard to change. But when you acknowledge that you're using it for food, you can readdress that. So there are lots of really cool tools that we implement depending on your level of addiction. I am someone who has ADHD, so I become laser focused. When I'm stressed and I've made up my mind that I need something, it is like stopping a truck to get to the point where I can actually rationalize what I'm about to do. One thing that I've implemented is listening to music. So with my brain, music completely switches tracks. So when I'm having a moment of weakness and I'm like line driving for that brownie that I know is in the fridge and I've been thinking about it for 4.5 hours, trying to convince myself I don't need it, but I really want it, I will play my favorite song and I will actually go outside. Going outside, listening to music completely resets my focus. It allows my brain to kind of slow down and catch up to the fact that, hey, we need to do something else besides what you're doing because your adrenaline is through the roof. So fun fact about adrenaline, when you are tempted or when you are going to make a decision, your body produces 90 seconds of adrenaline. So when you have a thought or if you see something tempting, you have a 90-second burst of adrenaline where your body is trying to urge you to go after that thing. So what's really cool is that if you distract yourself, like going outside or listening to your favorite song, which is usually about a minute, 2 minutes, your brain is completely switched off of that. So your adrenaline push is gone. You're not hyper-fixed anymore. But on the flip side of that, like me, my past and my ADHD brain, I would get that adrenaline hit constantly. I would think about the food, tell myself I don't need it, go through that whole process. So by the time I crash and burn, it's been 3 hours of adrenaline pushing me to make that choice. So that's why I say identifying the problem is first. Once you acknowledge it, you can change it. And that all very much comes from the fact that you're labeling yourself someone who is a victim to food. I'm a stress eater means I'm going to give in to temptation because I have no other choice. That's who I am. Some other tools that we've used, something as simple as drinking water. Most of us, you've heard that expression, you're not hungry, you're just thirsty. It's pretty true. One really good thing is a 16-ounce water bottle with electrolytes. That can be things like Crystal Light. It can be, we have some electrolytes here that flavor your water. Flavored water always goes down faster than plain water. It has to do with your taste buds, of course. But getting that 16 ounces of water in when you're hungry or feel tempted gives you enough time to let your body tell you you're not actually hungry, you're just stressed. Get relief. Another really awesome thing is breathing. Taking 5 minutes to put your head down, close your eyes, center yourself, take really long, slow, deep breaths. Again, adrenaline. You want to calm yourself down. You can't think clearly when you're being run by adrenaline. Another really simple thing is a piece of gum. If you're truly oral fixated and you want something in your mouth and that just you need something, gum. Chew a piece of gum. Sugar-free, not the real stuff, please. No sugar needed. You don't need that. You don't need the drug. You don't need it. Another one is truly going outside, taking a break from your desk. If you're someone who sits at a desk all day, get up, go walk to your boss's office, and then run back to your office. Get some adrenaline that way. Just have something fun to do. But overall, I think acknowledging the fact that we're stressed 24/7 is a really big deal. Long-term goals, walking is a great distraction. For females, 30 minutes of walking in the morning completely decompresses your cortisol for the whole day. So, I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty awesome. 30 minutes for 24, you're good. What is that, 23.5? Just kidding. But there are some other ideas on stress, but for the most part, if you start implementing something small, you can always build up to bigger, better habits. But for now, that's what I have. Thanks, guys.